Danganronpa. 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 Danganronpa.
Alright. Hopefully this is working okay. If it's not, or if my volume is too low, just let me know. Over the past couple of months, I got a new mic, so I just want to make sure people can hear me okay. And if not, you can just let me know midstream. But hi everyone, it's been a while. I've had a lot going on IRL and with like other project related stuff, so I haven't really had the chance to stream in a hot minute. But I wanted to make sure to start this stream as soon as I could because I don't want to be spoiled. This will be a part 1 because there is no way I can play through all of this. I have to work early in the morning, but I will play for a couple hours right now. And I just want to say in advance, hi Eri, hi V, welcome. And what was the other thing? I'm very frazzled right now. It's been an interesting past few months, but let's see. I just had a huge brain fart. I don't know what I was gonna say. That's a usual thing for me. Why are you two arguing in the chat? What happened? You know what? Maybe it's better not to question it. But, I think I'm just gonna get right into this. I aim to play for like about 2 hours, maybe a little more, depending on what's going on. But, yeah, again, let me know if I sound too quiet or if any of the audio needs to be adjusted. And without further ado, here we go. Alright, I'm gonna start from chapter 2. Shadow Sashiko.
Well. Look at us. Back here again. I know it's been a while. What, a month and a half?
Wow. I think it has been.
If it was up to me, we'd be on air again a lot sooner. Unfortunately, we had some small complications to work out after the murder. Well, you've been left in the dark for a while, so I won't keep you waiting. I'm sure you're eager to know what the prisoners have been up to. Let me catch you up with the prisoners you judged last time. Starting with prisoner 02, Lyra Chattel. With her, it was a bit of a split. Back and forth. She was leaning pretty heavily towards Worthy for a long while. What? Did you think she was pretty or something?
What's that have to do with anything? Okay then.
Or maybe you just wanted to encourage the cycle she was in. No, I'm not going to judge. All I'm saying is that if you voted her worthy, I'm sure she'd see it as you falling for her facade in the same way her victims did.
Wow.
But slowly over time, the votes seemed to shift. It looks like some of you started doing some thinking. Maybe you just wanted to uphold her wishes. Or maybe she just started pissing you off. Whatever the reason was, there was a major shift right near the end. I'm almost convinced there was something fishy afoot. But it's not my job to investigate that. Eventually, she was pushed just barely into a corrupt vote with a close-cut 50.2%.
Wow, that really was cutting it close.
Holy shit, you were close to a 50-50, huh? I don't know what we would have done if she landed right in the middle. Being so close to Worthy, despite her corrupt verdict, has definitely seemed to unsettle her a bit. I think she thought if she got corrupt, she could just go about things her own way, which, yeah, she's been doing.
Okay, I just saw your message in the chat, V. Lyra's verdict, I feel like it is kind of crazy. I personally don't agree with this, but that, I feel like, do I want to get into that now? That's the question. Because I know we talked about that a lot in detail, but to keep it short, I guess, I just feel like there's a lot of context missing. like, that goes for, like, a lot of these things, but I feel like for her specifically, I think in order to get, like, a better idea on her actions, I think context was needed. That's why I personally don't think that she's corrupt. Then again, maybe I'm missing some stuff. I don't know. That's the shortened version.
But cutting it so close has clearly made her do some thinking. Her confidence in her own actions has definitely been shaken. Obviously, she thinks some of you just wanted to take away her agency and disrespect her wishes once again. Or just voted her worthy because you thought she was hot.
Oh, okay then.
But I think you've definitely thrown her off. She's been forced to think, even if she denies it. She started to seriously reconsider the way things have gone so far, not just discarding people's belief that she can get better, as them just being deceived by her somehow. Despite this, she's still corrupt, even if it's just slightly, meaning her access to kitchen supplies, medication, and the showers have been restricted. And her cell has been stripped. Not that it bothers her, she's been crashing in another prisoner's cell. The same prisoner who's helping her effectively circumvent her corrupt verdict, helping her get food, showers, and whatever else she needs like a loyal puppy dog. That person being prisoner 03, Ezekiel Elias. It seems after Eleven's death, he needed someone else to latch onto, or at least he wanted to make sure that no one else left him.
Yikes.
Which has led to some fascinating developments, really. Him and O2 have started dating, and have made this relationship very clear to the other prisoners, telling them that they kiss on the mouth and stuff.
Interesting.
I'm sure I don't even need to tell you how much this all pisses off Ismene. In light of what happened to prisoner 12, Lyra has become her favorite target. The dating thing, circumventing the corrupt effects by sleeping in Zeke's room, all of it makes her incredibly angry. Although, as Zeke's always with Lyra, she almost never has a chance to teach her a lesson.
Yikes. Okay then.
But most of the other prisoners think it's just for audience approval. But who's to say?
That's a good point. That could just be like an audience approval thing. There's no way to prove it until I actually see it for myself, but that's a good take on that, I think.
I'd rather just move on from that whole dumpster fire and move on to our next prisoner. Prisoner L4, Takika Uchiyama. It seems our youngest prisoner struck a nerve with you all. As soon as the votes dropped, she almost immediately got corrupt, with her verdict steadily balancing out and eventually landing on 51% corrupt. What? Did it hit a little too close to home?
For some people, it probably did.
I mean, I don't really know how much you can judge her sending her fan base to harass people when you actively vote to make people's lives worse, but I guess you can say it's totally different. Well, whatever you need to say to make yourself feel better about it. Takiko tried for a while. She really did. She kept talking to the cameras, kept trying to cheer up your days, kept trying to help others. But after her verdict came in, something changed. She still looks at the cameras, but she's completely silent. She just stares. I think she feels betrayed.
Interesting.
But she always knew this was going to happen. There's been a shift in her behavior overall. Having such restricted access to basic amenities has been exhausting. She barely has the emotional energy to help the other prisoners anymore.
Yeah, that's valid.
Not that it matters much. Most of them have completely discarded her. If Fu wasn't locked away in his cell, he might try to help, but I don't think she'd accept it. Sure, Santil still tries her best to be friends with Takiko. She says she doesn't blame Takiko for her crime. Santil seems to say a lot of things, is what I'm noticing. But naturally, they are spending less time with Takiko than they were before. After all, Takiko needs to spend a lot of the day finding someone to help them eat and stuff. But Takiko getting corrupt has made Santil rethink how harsh they were with Taka. Just a little bit. Nothing crazy. I suppose some of you will see that as a win though, won't you?
Yeah, good point.
Well, I'm sure you'll also be delighted to know that despite Ismene being mostly preoccupied with Lyra, Takiko wasn't entirely spared. It's nowhere near as crazy as Ismene has gotten with other prisoners. Dracul's death and the incident with prisoner 12 has dampened her a little bit, but Takiko got that sweet, sweet lesson you wanted her to get. A few times, Ismene left any food Takiko didn't eat in Takiko's empty cell, believing Takiko hasn't a right to be wasteful when she's getting help from others. Leaving Takiko to clean it all up before it rots. Which was pretty cruel, considering the corrupt verdict made Takiko lose almost all her appetite, so she's not been eating a lot. She's become pretty withdrawn overall. I'm not certain she's the biggest fan of you anymore. She's not too keen on being placed on the same level as Lyra and Maiko.
Yikes.
There hasn't been any positive improvements in her behavior. If you were hoping to teach her a lesson or whatever, I don't know what you were expecting. All she's got is her views on the world confirmed, discarded by the other prisoners now that she's no longer useful, and an empty cell full of rotten food.
Yeah, I do kind of feel bad for her.
Although, unlike Lyra, Ismene has almost completely stopped harassing her after the incident with prisoner 12. I keep alluding to that incident. How about we move on to it? Although I'm sure you already guessed some of the details. Mali Yuzuki, who you judged as corrupt by a whopping 78.5%.
Yeah, I saw that coming from a mile away. There was no way that it was gonna be anything aside from corrupt.
Attempted suicide soon after her verdict. She couldn't handle living in a world where there was no chance her precious Yui would ever forgive her. And I'm sure the bullying from Ismene didn't help.
Oh, God.
But luckily, or unluckily for you, she was saved.
Oh. Okay, you know what? That makes a lot of sense.
Allura stepped in and provided Molly with medical attention, keeping her alive. Since then, a few policies have been put in place by Allura. Everyone will continue to call her Maiko instead of Molly, as she doesn't want to be seen by her old name. And no one is allowed to mention Molly's crime to her or discuss it. Everyone is to treat her with kindness and care until she's ready to talk about it or whatever. Some prisoners have gripes about how much this 28-year-old is being coddled, but I guess it's better than her trying to off herself again. It certainly made Ismene back off. She seems shaken by the incident.
Yeah, that's valid. Yikes.
And one prisoner in particular has taken her under his wing. But I'm sure you'll see who exactly that is soon. Either way, I think that catches you up on what you've missed. Things are kind of going to shit, huh? It's kind of fun, in its own messed up way.
Fun? Okay then.
Anyway, I'll leave you to watch the stream now. That's what you're really here for, right? Although, if I could just say something. Like, I know I told you all to be more harsh on the prisoners last time, but 3 corrupts is pretty fucking harsh, huh? Now, like, I'm not against it. I just think it's kinda curious how it's the all-girls set of crimes that get the triple corrupt. Go figure. Whatever. Not like I care. Enjoy your stream. I'm sure I'll see you soon.
Lyra, get away from him. He's mine. Oh, God. I'll be the first person to admit I didn't handle Dracul and Mint's deaths the greatest. Even if I hadn't known them for all that long, their absence was unbearable. So, save for spending a lot of time with Ismene, I'd spent a majority of my time cooped up in my cell. Admittedly, I was scared of getting killed. Others like Dr. Elenius and Taka had taken the tragedy of it all in stride and used it as motivation to push forward with working on escape plans. But I wasn't as strong as that. Perhaps I was just a coward. Yet, something had changed recently. Maiko's attempt was a very harsh wake-up call. Seeing her like that in the infirmary, it all felt far too familiar. Maybe it was just me selfishly trying to make up for past mistakes, but I never wanted to lose someone like that ever again. Oh, God, okay. That hints at something very interesting. Perhaps that's why these past few weeks...
Maiko.
Are you done yet? Or do you need me to come in and turn on the water again? Oh, no, I'm all good. Just drying off my hair. I'll be out in a second. I'd found myself doing whatever I could to support Maiko. Alright, take your time. Of course, everyone was keeping an eye on her after the attempt, but I'd found myself almost constantly around her, which meant she'd gotten quite attached to me. Phew. Huh, I guess you were right. I do feel a lot better after showering. Told you so. I know it can seem like a big task after a few weeks of not, but when you get in there, it's really not that bad. Yeah, that's relatable. As someone that struggles with, or has struggled a lot with mental health for a long time. Yeah, I feel that. I know. It's just hard getting the energy. I guess I just build it up to be this whole big thing in my mind. I must seem pretty silly and gross to you, huh? I mean, it's just a shower. It's not a big deal. You shouldn't have had to deal with... It's not about if I should or shouldn't, Mai. I'm doing this because I want to help you. You really shouldn't waste all this kindness on someone like me. Really, it's not a waste. Still, I'll try not to be so stubborn about staying in my cell next time. That must have been really annoying. What time is it now, anyway? It's about 1 p.m. Really? Oh, jeez. Is something wrong with that? It's just... never mind, I'm just being silly and stupid, like usual. Maiko, what's up? Who takes a shower at 1 p.m.? You must have been trying to drag me out of my cell forever. I should really just be normal about this. Hey now, you got up before midday. If you ask me, that's a major improvement. You should focus on that. I guess, but I feel like anyone can do that. We were interrupted by a pair of voices echoing down the halls, headed in our direction.
Zeke?
Oh my god, slow down, Jesus. It's still so early. Come on, Zeke.
Oh, wah.
Don't give me that. You were the one who wanted to wash your hair. Can you just get in the shower so I can get on with my day? Literally, when did I say that? Last night. You did your whole, Zeke, if I don't wash my hair tomorrow, I'm gonna actually literally kill myself. I swear to God. Me. What? Yeah, huh. That does sound like me. And I know if we don't do this now, you're gonna bitch about it all day and get all pissy at everything just because your hair is slightly greasy. Aw, you know me so well. Too well, if you ask me. Yeah, whatever. I'll only take 10. Don't you worry, princess. Shut the hell up. Good afternoon, you two. Oh my god, it's your favorite person. Just as I thought this morning couldn't get any better. Since the verdicts came out, these two had seemingly been stuck to each other's side. Much to his Minnie's annoyance, Zeke was letting Lyra sleep in his cell and was basically doing whatever she wanted. Through him, she could circumvent almost any downside her corrupt verdict gave her. Which is probably why she didn't seem all that bothered by her verdict, more relieved than anything. It was almost as though it just confirmed all of her beliefs about herself and gave her free rein to continue being the bad person she saw herself as, without having to think too hard about anything. Or at least I think that's what she wanted us to think. Oh, it's afternoon, not morning. Okay, well, we just woke up, so it's morning to us. Not sure that's how that works, but thanks, Zeke. Right, okay, whatever you say. You two done in the showers, or are you still going? Cause I don't mind waiting, you're good. Oh, no, Maiko just finished, you're good. Sweet, I'll call you when I need to turn on the water, Z. Yeah, whatever. Lyra slipped into the shower room, leaving Zeke standing outside of it. He tended to prefer not being in there for all that long these days. Are you two okay? You sounded like you were fighting. What? No, we just talk like that. Oh, I see. I guess I just didn't expect you two to get to the old married couple bickering stage so quickly. What? Yeah, well, you know how it is. Women. I'm sorry, this is amusing to me. This is so amusing. Yeah? Yeah. Well, I hope that no matter what happens, you continue to make each other happy for many, many years to come. Oh, Maiko. Oh, Maiko. Right, I think I hear Lyra calling me, so I'm gonna go. Turn on that water now. Zeke seemed to quickly slink away into the shower room after Lyra, a weird shift in his demeanor. Wow, they're so cute. I'm so happy for them. Finding love in a situation like this. Shinku's not amused. Maiko, you don't actually think they're... Yeah, I know, I'm not stupid. But I think, even if it's unlikely to work out here, it's so romantic that they still want to try despite it all. I'm not gonna burst her bubble on that one. Yeah, I don't think I'd do that either. Well, regardless, I'm going to get some lunch. Do you want to join me? I think I'm good for now. Alora says she wants to give me a checkup this afternoon, and she said she'll bring food, so I'll wait until then. Alright, do you have anyone you can spend time with? I'll try to figure something out, but I really don't mind having some alone time. I didn't want to overwhelm her by constantly being around her. I appreciated she likely wanted some space herself, and at least Dr. Elenius would be watching over her later. I had felt a lot more at ease leaving her alone recently, since her attempt Ismene had laid off her and the other corrupt prisoners a lot more. It had seemingly shaken her quite a bit. Okay, I trust you. Just come get me if you need me. I don't want to bother you, Shinku. Maiko, once again, it's never a bother. I want to help. I know. I'll catch you later, alright? Take care. See you later, Shinku. Switching to the shower camps. What? I made my way over to the canteen to get some lunch, finding a pair I'd gotten quite familiar with standing by one of the tables. A strange collection of objects, tanks, and boxes assembled on top of it. Almost as soon as I was noticed, one of the pair came bounding over to me, excitement clear in his wide blue eyes. Stinky poo! What? Shinku, look what we found! Taka started pointing to a small glass box filled with various pieces of foliage and... Are those frogs? Pretty epic, right? We found these slippery little guys in the courtyard! Huh, how on earth did they end up there?
It's simple, really.
There were some tadpoles in the pond when we first arrived. I'm surprised so many have survived until adulthood. That's pretty neat. I just hope we won't get to a point where we have to eat them. Ew, why would you eat them? What? No! No, we're not eating my babies! Not my precious babies! Alora, you tell him! No one is going to eat the frogs, you're fine. Well then, why are you keeping them? It's simple, really. With a little bit of effort, they could assist me in mapping out the sewage systems in the prison. Understanding how they're laid out will be vital in finding an alternative route out of here. Oh, interesting. I see. I'm not really sure. How would that work? But Dr. Elenius was the one with the doctorate here, not me. So I wasn't going to question it. You see, these little adorable slimy babies will be our spies. They'll help us break out of here, one ribbon at a time. Isn't that right, Woman the Frog? I'm not ready for his energy. That's great. Dr. Elenius wasn't usually so open with her plans. I suppose she must have been pretty confident in this one. But I couldn't dwell on that thought too long as I heard a voice humming through the halls, slowly drawing closer to the canteen. And I clearly wasn't the only person who heard it, as Dr. Elenius promptly gave Taka the tank of frogs to hold. Anyway, if you could take these to the lab as soon as possible, that would be great, Takahiro. I need to begin my testing soon. Of course, right away! I love that sprite. He's so silly. Taka took the tank in his arms and turned to leave, immediately facing the person who had just entered, Asuga. Asuga, hi! Oh, hey, Taka. Huh, wait. What's that you're carrying? Are those? Frogs. We found them in the courtyard. Pretty cool, don't you think? Jeez, would you just look at them? They're so little. Oh my god, look at their little legs. They're your favorite animal, right? Duh, how could anyone hate them? I mean, look at their big ol' eyes. Remember back in Hope's Peak? We used to sneak into the science labs all the time under the guise that you were filming some sort of segment for your show. They kept on wondering where all the frogs for dissection kept disappearing to. It's a wonder they never caught us freeing them. Oh, that's kind of cute. Guess we just made quite the team, huh? We did have a lot of fun back then, didn't we? And you were always on board with making sure they didn't get hurt. I always felt bad releasing them into the wild, though. I mean, it was probably best, but I wish I could have taken them back to the troop and taken care of them. Well, if you'd like. Alora says we have to keep breeding them to make sure we have enough, so maybe we could take care of them. Together? Asuka looked away from the frogs for a brief moment and up to Taka, blinking for a moment before a small smile curled up on the corners of their lips. Sure, why not? Really? Haha, that's great. That's so, you're great. Frogs! Yeah, frogs? I have to take them to the lab first, but after that, do you mind if I put them in your cell? Just because mine is kind of empty right now. It's certainly no place to raise some frogs, and not to mention it would be awful if Ismini did something to them, so only if you don't mind, that is. I don't have an issue with it. I'd be happy to have the little guys. Of course. I'll put them right there in your cell as soon as we're done. Unlock first, of course. Yes. Cool. Well, I guess I'll see you later, Taka. I'm just gonna check on my washing real quick. See you later. Yes, please. Okay, bye. Have a good day. Enjoy your washing. I hope it's great. Sure. I hope it's great, too. Asuka laughed awkwardly and walked through. Taka turned to watch them leaving with the biggest, stupidest smile on his face. Taka looked down at the cage of frogs, the same smile on his face. Woman the frog, you are getting the biggest, fattest worm when we get back to the lab. Mark my words. Taka giggled to himself and rushed out of the room, holding the frogs with glee. That was cute. That was so silly. I live for silly moments like that. I looked back at Dr. Elenius, who had a small little smile on her face. You did that on purpose, didn't you? I'm not quite sure what you mean, Kutsuki. There's no way those frogs have anything to do with any sort of escape plan. Of course not. To tell you the truth, I've already mapped out the sewage system of this place. I'm currently trying to figure out the ventilation system. But Takahiro doesn't need to know that, does he? You actually care about him quite a bit, don't you? Alora let out a sigh, turning back to her remaining boxes of supplies. I care about reducing potential conflict in the prison, that's all. I meant it when I said I wanted to ensure no one else had to die. Well, whatever you say. Right. That reminds me. I've put the schedule for who's watching Wang when up on the bulletin board in the hallway. I put you on for this evening. I do hope that's okay. Fine by me. Do you want me to bring him food as well? If you could, please do. Alright, will do. Good luck with the rest of your work for the day. I think your assistant might be a little occupied for a while. Thank you. Do stay safe. My Takasuga. Oh, my Takasuga. After grabbing a quick bite to eat, I went back into the hallway to go check the schedule Alora had set up for the next few days.
So, I've got the night watch today and the morning shift Thursday. Alright.
Dr. Elenius had been cycling organizing when we'd each been watching food since he was locked up in his room a month ago. Oh, they actually locked that man up in his room, that's crazy. He'd been well behaved since the stabbing, but we'd all rather be safe than sorry. Still, since we were unable to physically lock Fu's cell, we'd each had to take turns acting as a physical guard, which some people were growing tired of. I didn't really mind it. Fu wasn't entirely unpleasant to be around. If anything, I always found it quite easy to talk about my issues with him, even if I really shouldn't. But before I could dwell on it for much longer, a fairly frustrated Ismini hopped over to my side and scribbled out her Monday shift.
Ismini. I assume you just finished? How was it?
Oh, just... What
wonderful! Yeah, that's about what I expected. Hey, at least it's only a few hours at a time. I don't care about guarding Fu. That's easy. That's fine. In fact, it's delightful, shockingly. Oh, then why are you upset? Because every time I have a shift, I'm not able to keep an eye on things around here. And some people take that as an opportunity to walk around this prison like they own the godforsaken place. Oh, I can practically hear her laughing at me. She thinks she's so much better than me because she's found a way to circumvent her entire judgment through that idiotic excuse for a man. And what does he even know? He's not going to help her at all in the long run. You saw what happened to the last person he tried to protect, and they think I'm so unreasonable for being so bothered by this. If we just keep letting her do whatever she wants and treating this game like a frat party, then she'll either drink herself to death or get someone wrapped up in her reckless behavior and killed. Right. While Ismini had almost entirely laid off of Maiko after her attempt, she'd found herself a new target, Lyra. I'm not trying to just be cruel or unreasonable. I just think that if she doesn't realize the gravity of her crime, if she doesn't think about it, then someone is going to get hurt. And yet I'm the crazy one. Me. You don't think I'm unreasonable, do you, Shinku? Well, I mean, I get where you're coming from. Exactly. But when I bring it up to them, it's suddenly all, Ismini, what's your damage? Why can't you just stay out of other people's lives? You've left Taka and Maiko alone. Of course I left Maiko alone. I'm not insane. Christ. And at least Taka has actually shown signs of improvement. Why would I keep harassing him when he's actively helping the group now? Do they think I'm stupid? I'm not stupid. And then I realized I'd found myself defending Takahiro of all people, and I'm starting to question how we even got to this point. Ugh, they just drive me crazy! Hi, Ari. Welcome back. Maybe you just need to take a step back from it all. I don't trust what might happen if I take a step back. I can't just sit around and do nothing. Not after what happened to Min. Not after what happened to... Ismini fell quiet and looked away for a moment, a silence lingering in the air. Well, I suppose it's none of my business. I just tend to stress about these things, perhaps irrationally. Whatever happens, we'll have each other, okay? You can't control what other people do, Ismini, so there's no use stressing about it. Just focus on keeping yourself safe and content. Okay, sure, you just suddenly appear in my chat as a mod. You're definitely new, Ari. I know. Perhaps I'm a little restless. I've been trying to keep my mind off of things. I get that, but try not to overdo it, alright? Alright. I'll just try to not stress about it. It's not my business. Right. I left Takiko to her own devices recently, and she's been quiet. I think I'm going to go to the library to get my mind off of things. I'll talk to you later, alright, Shinku? Alright, I'll see you later, Iz. Ismini paused just before she left, turning back to me briefly. Oh, is Maiko doing okay? As well as she can be. I got her to take a shower at least. She smiled a little bit, clear relief in her face. I'm glad. Ismini left down the hall. She was clearly still tense, but trying to calm herself down. Welcome back, V. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't also a little apprehensive of whatever was going on between Lyra and Zeke, especially after Mint. I get it. I turned to face the small girl who'd been watching me and Ismini speak. Can I lower the game volume? I can see what I can do on OBS. Hold on, give me 1 second. Cause I can't exactly go into the game settings now. Alright, how does that sound? Just let me know, because I don't want to keep going if I'm still a little too quiet. It sounded fine on my end before, but then again, I don't know. Better? Okay, okay. There we go. I turned to face the small girl who'd been watching me and Ismini speak.
Huh?
I get why she's frustrated. It can be quite exasperating to see someone you want to be okay do things you think are just going to harm them, especially when you think that you could somehow help them yourself. But I don't think she realizes that sometimes you just need to let people make mistakes. Holding tighter onto people or being too firm because you think you know better just strains things most of the time. If someone wants to do something, they'll do it even if it will hurt them. Yeah, well, try telling Ismini that. Exactly. She'll do this no matter what you say. Trying to stop her is just going to strain things between the two of you, and who knows how that'll turn out in the long run. Still, sitting by and just letting people make mistakes can hurt a lot. So it's kinda a lose-lose situation, huh? Suppose so. Something was different about Takiko since her crime came out. I couldn't really place my finger on it, but she felt a lot more honest. I did miss her peppy old self. Her smile used to be enough to brighten up my day. Now she was just off all the time. Maybe that's why I'd been avoiding her more. Or just the fact I was busy taking care of Maiko. I just saw Taka walking by all giddy. He seemed to be having fun. I wonder what happened. I think he and Asuga are starting to repair things. They agreed to take care of some frogs together. Yeah, Takiko seems a little bit more, like, genuine, I guess. Not that she was being completely disingenuous before, but... How do I explain words? Is that so? I imagine it's going to be rocky for a bit, but I think this has been a long time coming since the trial. I'm glad for them. I hope it works out. I think it'll make them both happier. Well, time will tell, won't it? Takiko smiled slightly and walked past me into the canteen to presumably get some lunch. I really did hope Taka and Asuga would be able to repair things. I knew it would take a while, but the fact they were able to talk to each other again was an amazing first step. I was glad to see others like Takiko and Dr. Alenius were rooting for them as well, even if it didn't work out in the end. Maybe seeing her friend so happy would help get Takiko out of whatever slump her corrupt verdict had gotten her in, help her get her appetite back. I figured Ismini laying off of her would do something, but I think it's just something she's going to have to figure out on her own at this point. What does Takiko even do? Wow. Okay. After my chat with Takiko, I made my way to my cell. Something felt different in the prison recently. I felt like it was only so long until the cat started meddling with us again. We'd been here around a month last time before the cat introduced the hostage motive. I was certain if no one was killed for another week, the cat would take action. Until then, I was determined to maintain my peace. So I turned to my desk, ready to settle in for a session of writing when... Hello, Shinku! Why do you always do this? It's like you cherry-pick the moments I want to be alone. Bitch, I can't cherry-pick when there's a whole orchard of time you spend alone. Just, what do you want this time? Is this about me being cooped up recently? Well, yes, kinda. Like, I know that purple guy you really liked died or whatever, but it's been 3 weeks. Can you, like, get over it? The viewers are bored of you grieving. Someone died, Mononeko. 2 people. I think it's reasonable for me to grieve. I just want to be alone right now. At what point does it stop being reasonable and start being attention-seeking? Are you serious? Do our lives mean nothing to you at all? Both of them, Mint, are cool. They had families. They had lives to go back to, and now they're... Appeal to emotion. Argument invalid. What? Bottom line is, I don't care. Most of you are going to be dead by the end of this. You can't just drop that so casually. Your lives only matter to me and how much they bring in views. When you stop doing that, I don't have much reason to keep you on air. You know, telling me how little I mean to you really isn't going to make me want to do what you want. Okay, well, think of it like this. You only live once, so you might as well try and at least get some action before you kick the bucket. Why do you want to do anything when this whole thing is being streamed? I don't know. I'm not gonna judge what you're into. You're all adults. That's not what I meant, and you know it. If you're so insistent on not hanging out with anyone, then there is one way you could stay in your sad little cell and still make good content. Mononeko hopped off of my desk to reveal they'd left a large box of tapes and a tape recorder on it. If you want to stay in your cell, do me a favor and record some interesting inner thoughts or anything interesting on these tapes. Huh? Why would you need that? Talking head segments, duh! Cutaways for when we made the edited version of the stream with just the best bits. You're going to edit this whole thing down? Duh! Everyone just wants their content shorter and shorter these days. As long as we get the basic gist of things, it shouldn't really matter if we cut out the parts where not much is happening. Do you know the first thing about content creation, Shinku? This just feels a bit strange for a snuff stream. Little talking head segments and personal tapes will do wonders to make the cuts less jarring and edit things to have a nice consistent narrative. That's not the part I find strange. Anyway, I'll leave you to decide what to do. I've got to drop these tapes off to a few others still. Have fun! Oh, by the way, if you have anything you'd want to say to Dracul, or Mint, or really any of the male prisoners, please do share them on the tapes. Viewers always care way more about you guys than the girls. If you double down on your friendship with Dracul, pretend it meant more than it did, you could use that grief to make yourself all compelling and pitiful. As long as your morning is entertaining, people will eat it up. When your morning is just being stuck in your room and all low energy all the time, it's really boring. Give them something to work with. Oh, don't look at me like that. You should be happy. You already have such an advantage compared to the others. If you don't feel comfortable with that, I suppose you could settle for talking about the girls. You've been close to Molly recently, no? Huh, now that I think about it, she's kind of like Dracul, isn't she? Chubby, trapped in her own little world, unwilling to face reality? Now, I'm not saying you have a type, Kutsuki, but... Oh, too soon. I think it's too soon to be bringing that up to him. Oh, don't look at me like that. I wasn't making an accusation, just pointing out a funny little coincidence. Anyway, see you soon. Mononeko jumped up through the vents, leaving me with the tapes. I suppose I could record one, or I could get out of my room and spend time with someone else. Either way, I had some time to kill before it was my turn to watch Fu. Alright, let's see. You can now record tapes at your desk. Recording tapes will pass the time like sleeping in your bed would, but each time you do it, your popularity rises ever so slightly. Doing free times will still get you more popularity, but it's a good way to passively raise your popularity when you don't feel like talking to the other prisoners. Oh, okay. However, if you record too many tapes, other prisoners will start to wonder why they keep hearing you talk to yourself in your cell and grow suspicious of you. This will cause your trust to lower. But you should be entirely fine if you do it in moderation. Have fun! Alright, let's see. How do I... Okay, I'm gonna save real quick. Alright, I think I saved it, yeah. I'm gonna try to save as frequently as I can. That was the first one I could save, guys. Alright. I'll just find someone to talk to. I don't know where everyone is, but I see Alora here. I'm gonna keep looking around, though. See what my options are. No one down here? Okay. Let's see. Who else is here? Okay, there's someone here. Alright, let me keep looking over here. Let's see who I can find. I don't even know who I want to spend time with. I feel like whoever I just see next, I'm just gonna spend time with them. Just that I'm not spending the whole time looking for people. Let me keep looking around a little bit. Let's see. No one in here, okay. What about down here? I could just be cuckoo. I can't find anyone. I'll keep looking. Oh, I think I found Asuga. Let's see. Spend it with John. Asuga, need any help? That's a pretty big load you've got there. Nah, don't you worry. It just looks like a lot cause Taki's clothes are in here as well. It's really nice you're helping her out despite her verdict. I'm sure she appreciates it. No need to mention it. It's what any friend would do. I think I'm just gonna keep it neutral. Still, I'm glad. You really wanted the kind of here, Asuga. I was worried things would be negative due to Takika's verdict, but you still managed to be kind despite it all. I don't think it's anything too extraordinary. I think it's just basic human decency. How have you been doing, by the way? I've barely seen you since the trial. Better. Still, that must have been a lot. If you need to chat, I'm here. You know what? Sure. I don't think it hurts to chat. I'd appreciate that a lot, actually. If you're free, that is. Of course! I've still got a while till this load is done anyway. It's no bother. To be honest, I think a lot of us had the wrong opinion of Asuga. When they weren't around Taka, they were actually relatively normal, pretty easy to be around as well. Still, it was rare to catch them on their own, so I was slightly curious what a one-on-one conversation with them would be like. Before I could follow that train of thought any further, I was given my answer. Hey, Shinku. What's up? I was just wondering, have you seen the food around here being restocked at all? Hey, wait, now that you mention it, I don't suppose I have. That's what I've noticed. I was hoping someone else would have seen it. Do you reckon it's gonna get restocked at all? I hope so, but at least the kitchen seems fairly stocked, so we shouldn't have to worry about it for a while. Still, if it's not gonna be restocked, it would probably be wise to start rationing it out, don't you think? I don't want people getting greedy the second they see it's getting a little scarce and hoarding it all to themselves, you know? That's thinking a little ahead, isn't it? Huh, maybe. I just want to make sure things are fair. Nothing wrong with that, right? Hi Kirby, welcome to the stream. I hope that you're doing well. Suppose not. If we share it out equally, no one can have any issues, can they? First your talent, now the food. Is there anything you don't like to share, Asuga? Pfft, stop it! I'm just being sensible, you know? I know it's probably a little silly to you, but I think it's best to share stuff out. Even in silly situations, not sharing can get dangerous. What do you mean? Well, you know, if one person thinks someone else has it better than them, they get all bitter towards that person. They start resenting that person for having stuff they don't. It causes all sorts of conflict that they don't speak up about until it's past the point of no return. She seems to be speaking from experience. If you can keep everyone on a level playing field, why wouldn't you? Huh. I guess that makes sense. Just seems sort of hard to control. Nah, it's perfectly doable. We did it in my circus with no issues. Although, I think trying to get someone like Fu on board would be a nightmare. He'd probably try trading other people's rations and gain a monopoly on it all himself. Yeah, I can totally see that. Still, it's worth a try. If he tries anything, we can knock it down, I'm sure. Hopefully the food is gonna get restocked, but if it isn't, we should be prepared. So, wanna help me count how much we've got left? Sure. Shouldn't be too hard, should it? I helped Asuga count out exactly how much food we had left. We had quite a bit, luckily. I'd hoped they wouldn't let us starve, but I wouldn't put it past our captors. Still, at least if it wasn't going to get restocked, Asuga had a plan. Rational rationers. I like that. Food time, food time, food time. Oh, great. As the evening snuck up on me, a sense of dread filled my stomach. I realized it was my turn to watch Fu, so gathering the tray Dr. Valenius had pre-prepared in the canteen, I made my way to his cell. Over the last few weeks, I'd done this a few times. Fu seemed to be oddly fond of my company. I think he just liked catching me off guard. He was so friendly to me sometimes that I forgot he made it no secret he was only looking out for himself, especially with what he did to Taka. Still, it's not just about what he did to Taka. He stabbed Asuga. What? Fu clearly had a soft spot for the younger girls, Takiko and Asuga especially. I'm gonna take a sip of water, chat. Hold on. Alright. That should be good. But he also seemed to have developed a soft spot for me. I couldn't exactly place why. But as I entered, placing down his tray, he gave me that same old warm smile. Hey kid, your turn again, huh? Aw, come on. What's with the long face? Have a seat, why don't you? Alright. Can I get you anything? Brandy, perhaps? And you just have alcohol here? Dr. Elenius let you have alcohol? Well, she doesn't need to know about it. It can be our secret, kid, can't it? How? Who's supplying this man with liquor? Who? And why? Maybe that's why he liked me. As much as I was a bit of a teacher's pet, even if he told me something he shouldn't, I always kept my mouth shut. I never told Dr. Valenius about things like this. Fu is fucking stupid. This isn't even stupid, it's just bizarre to me. What? He probably thought it was out of some sort of fondness. In reality, I was just scared of what he'd do if I got on his bad side. If brandy isn't your thing, ever tried amaretto? I think you'd like that more. He poured the rich amber liquid over a few cubes of shining ice and gave me the glass. Here, have a sip. I wouldn't do it. You're supposed to be on guard duty. I wouldn't be drinking. Just one. I don't want to make this a habit. Shinku, no, don't be a doormat! Whatever you say. I had a sip and... that's not half bad. Tastes like almonds, huh? It's kind of sweet. Makes it easier to drink. I actually like that quite a bit. Sure you don't want any more, kid? If you're trying to get me drunk so you can get out, then it's not going to work. Thank you! Thank you! You're sharp. Yeah. He's smart. But nah, I ain't planning anything like that. As long as I get my little chats with all of you, I'm planning on sticking to my best behavior till I'm let out. Do you offer everyone alcohol during these little chats? Only you and Scrunchy. He's honest, at least. I don't think you should be encouraging that. You know, you and her are both awfully fond of amaretto. Must be something about being easier to stomach than other drinks. And you're awfully good at changing the subject. Hey kid, I wanted to ask you about something. What is it? I guess I've just been thinking recently. Wanted to hear some different perspectives. If someone does something bad for a good reason, most people usually think it's justified, no? Well, it depends on what it is. True, but almost no one is going to shame a starving child for stealing a loaf, are they? Interesting perspective. Yeah, I would think so. No, that would be ridiculous. If someone murders a pedophile, that's just cleaning duty, isn't it? I guess so. I mean, he's not wrong, guys. I suppose so. You're more likely to think the murderer was justified in that case. But I wonder if someone does the opposite. If someone does something good for a bad or selfish reason, does that make the good action less morally good? What do you mean? Oh, I can understand. I think I know where he's coming at with this. Oh boy. Well, if someone does something that helps improve a community for the better, but does it purely for the fame or attention as opposed to actually caring about the community they're advocating for, does it make what they did any less good? That is a good question. It's like, you know, morally it's not in the right place, but it's not like they're actively harming other people. It's just their intents are just not pure. I don't know. There's like a lot of psychology to this. This is a very interesting take. Once again, I think it depends. Depending on how good the action is and how bad the motivation was, I think it's a balance. The motivation can't be worse than the good that was done, if that makes sense. You're a big fan of non-answers, aren't you? What do you mean, non-answers? If Shinku's anything like me, you know what? I'm not gonna continue that thought. Huh? Just an observation I've made, kid. You don't get much conviction. It's never yes or no with you, is it? I feel so called out with this. You're always trying to find a nice, comfortable stance in the middle, as if you're scared certainty would lead to backlash. That, or you're open-minded? I don't know. It's almost like making a firm stance in the past hasn't gone well for you. Oh. Is Shinku's shit getting clocked? Uh-oh. No need to get so tense, kid. I'm just an old man spitballing. Relax. I don't know why someone who's so open about being morally bankrupt is so intent on talking about moral dilemmas. Why does it matter to you? I was just making conversation, kid. Anything wrong with that? But you brought it up under a pretense. I don't know, guys. This feels weird. This is weird. No, there isn't. You had me worried for a moment there, kid. You started getting all snappy and defensive. I thought I might have accidentally struck a nerve. Sorry, I think you should do it more. Huh? If you don't stand up for yourself, you'll get swallowed by others. Besides, I'm quite fond of seeing you bite back. Reminds me of myself when I was younger. That means that he went through stuff. I don't think doing what you're fond of is the best idea considering your current situation. Never know until you try. I'm just getting pretty fucking sick of hearing Snake Tat complain about you every time he's on watch. Does he really complain about Shinku that much? Like, find a different subject. Dear God. It's like he's obsessed with Shinku. You mean Ezekiel? Ah, that's the name. We've been here for 2 months and you still don't remember everyone's names? Hey kid, come on, cut me some slack. I spent almost half of our time here locked up. Fair. And whose fault is that? If you didn't want to be in here, you shouldn't have been so impulsive. To be honest, I'm pretty happy with how things turned out. What? I mean, all things considered, I got a pretty sweet deal, didn't I? I get all my clothes washed for me, all my food cooked and brought to me in constant company. And know the best part of that company, kid? I've basically got 24/7 protection out of my little gamble. If anyone tried to murk me while guarding me, then the schedule would prove they were the one who could have done it. He's in a really good position. And even if someone attacked me when they weren't on watch duty, they'd have to find some way to deal with whoever was watching me. And at that point, most would just find an easier target, no? Now he put it like that. And I'm not even really trapped, am I? There's no way to physically lock my cell door and I could overpower most of you. And even if I didn't want to resort to that, all it would take is laying on the old food charm and sweet-talking Pinky a little bit to be let out. But right now, I'm enjoying the 5-star treatment. This is 5-star treatment to you? Okay, you know what? What do I know? I'm not in this position. Who knows, guys? So that's why you haven't attempted to break out at all. Bingo! Surprised no one has caught on to it. Why are you telling me this? Who knows? Maybe I'm just bored. I was starting to think it wasn't that simple with Fu. Only thing that's really worrying is no one here tells me a damn thing about what's going on with Pigtails, and she barely even meets my eyes when it's her turn to guard me. She's doing fine. I don't think you should worry. I think she just needs time to work through things and realize what she did was sort of messed up. She could do it again for all I care. One less creepy scum making this world less comfortable for our girls is nothing but a win from my perspective. So that's how he looks at it. Okay. I mean, he's not completely wrong. But, you know what? I'll play devil's advocate. Sure. I'm sure not all of them deserved it. You'd be surprised. A lot of bad men out there. It's always the ones you don't suspect as well, bastards. Anyway, kid, the night is young. How about we break open some cards and play a few games? Alright. Perfect! You can catch me up on what you've been doing while we're playing, kid. We played cards for a few hours while Fu ate his food, discussing things around the prison. I told him my growing concerns with certain prisoners. He seemed fairly understanding. I always ended up telling Fu more than I really should have. He just had a way of getting it out of me. Eventually, my turn to watch him ended and I left, cleaning up the tray in the canteen before heading back to my own cell and turning in for the night. Watching Fu wasn't anywhere near as bad as I always anticipated it to be. Okay, let's save. Shinku is better than me. I still really like Shinku as a protag, guys. Even if I don't know what he's done, that's okay. I found myself sleeping in a little due to the late night I'd had prior. Watching over Fu meant I hadn't gotten to bed until a little later than I typically would, so I was a little tired. I was woken up by a strange knocking on my door. I wonder who it could be at this time of the day. I approached the door to see someone I didn't expect. Good morning, Shinky Poo! Taka, what are you doing here? Ta-da! I brought you some Taka treats! Taka held out a tray of various breakfast foods out to me, all cut into shoddy star and fish shapes to try to make it look more nice. It had honestly made it look more ugly, but I wasn't going to tell him that. Okay. Thanks. What for? For looking after Wang last night! I've been making sure people doing the night shifts get properly compensated afterwards. I hope this is enough. I can't touch the kitchen stuff myself, obviously, so I just sort of halved my own breakfast tray and made it look fancy. Are you going to be alright after having half of your breakfast? More than okay. I'll just ask Glory for a big lunch. If there's anything else I can get you, let me know. Oh, and do tell me when you're done so I can wash it all up for you. Thanks. This is weirdly nice of you. Have you been doing this for everyone? Of course, why wouldn't I? In a sense, now we're all working to keep Fu locked up. We're all each other's workers, no? And I want to make sure I can take care of my workers this time, however I can. It does kinda seem like he's learning his lesson a little bit. Sometimes tough love helps. Is that the moral of it? Antebellum lockdown? Is that the moral of this? I just had an epiphany, guys. What I was doing before really wasn't great, was it? I can tell myself all I like that it's just how the industry works, but it really isn't how the industry should work. I heard a lot of people trying to do what I thought I had to do. The audience may not believe I'm worthy, but I don't care anymore. I'll show the whole world that Taka Takahiro can do better. Go Taka, do this. I don't know. I don't think it matters how much effort you put in. I think they're already set on their opinions here. They can think what they'd like. I'm not all that bothered about appealing to them anymore. But you... I don't know. I've been thinking since the trial. I honestly thought everyone here hated me to bits. Most of them probably still do. I thought I had no one, so I turned to the audience, in hopes at least they could give me validation, attention, or at least care about me, even if it was just them being invested in seeing when I would die. But seeing Sugi save me, even if they weren't too keen on me at that moment, it reminded me that I don't need the audience to care. I was so preoccupied thinking about the audience, I forgot I did have people in my life who did care about me. Care that I could actually physically see. And it wasn't just Asuga. Allura has been kind to me, looking out for me, even you in a sense, Shinku. Thinking about it all, I've made up my mind. I want to do better. Not for the audience, but for the people in my life that do care about me. That's really nice to hear, honestly. It's not going to all change all at once. I know that, but I still want to try. I want to prove I can do better. And that starts with little things like this. I want to prove I'm serious about this. You know how it is. No pics didn't happen. So eat up, Shinky Poo. Hope it's to your liking. Anything else I can do for you? Just keep that new mindset, okay, Taka? I think this'll be good for you. People won't all forgive you at once, but if you keep being more considerate, maybe more people will come around to you. Suki has started talking to me again. I think we're going to be taking care of those frogs together. I don't know why, but since yesterday, I've been all smiley. It's really fired me up, made me want to do double the help. I'm on top of the world right now. So what do you need, Shinku? Laundry, a foot rub, a cool little dance, your room cleaned, a personal assistant? Between my shifts, I could follow you around and give you advice like a little homunculus on your shoulder. Okay, let's slow down a bit. Sorry. I'm just buzzing right now. It's like I've just hit the bonus round of life. It's only up from here. Are you sure? You're in a killing game. It's just sort of a shame that no matter what I do, I'll still get shocks. It really limits what I can do. Yeah, at least Dr. Elenius is always willing to help you circumvent them. I suppose so. Anyway, I'll leave you to eat. Let me know when you're done. No worries, I'll wash it up myself. I smiled as I watched Taka practically skip down the halls. He had seemed to be slowly getting his energy back since the last trial. Alright, let me read what V sent in the chat real quick. See, that's what makes someone worthy of change, when they realize what they did was wrong and they hurt people in the process and want to make genuine efforts to be better. That's true redemption. Yeah, that's true. I like the message. I ate the breakfast. It could have been better, but it definitely could have been worse as well. When I was done, I moved into the hallway, intending on taking the tray to the canteen to wash it up. Taka is so kind. He's trying his best, guys. But I paused, seeing a certain door in the hallway that had recently been unlocked. If Taka was able to prove he could change, if he could do better. Summoning my confidence, I stepped into the office. Who said I couldn't take a stance? Warden, I have a question. What? What is it? Couldn't you just ask Mononeko? If the audience votes someone as corrupt, if they prove themselves as being able to redeem themselves despite that, will you revoke all of the restrictions of being corrupt? What? I presented the warden with the empty tray. Taka has apparently been trying his best to take care of everyone, giving those who watch over Fu, helping Dr. Elenius. He's trying to make amends for his crime. If he keeps us up, what would be the point of continuing to punish him like he's corrupt? Are you serious? Yeah, I didn't think he'd ever change, but it seems like he's really starting to... He took the food that another prisoner prepared for him and gave it to you. That's hardly any work on his part. How the hell is that changing? You can't deny that he's putting in the bare minimum because he got stabbed and doesn't want to die. That's all there is to it. He'll always be a terrible person. No matter what he does, it won't undo or change the fact he's harmed people. Audience judgments are final. If they don't think you can change, if they want to punish you, then that's the end of it. I wouldn't overrule a verdict and name a worthy prisoner as corrupt just because they're not acting perfectly. If I did that, the votes would lose all value. Yeah, that's a good point, I think. But the votes aren't fair. They're not rational. Well, if you don't want to believe them, you don't have to. You can be as delusional as you want to out there. Just don't bring you being guilt-tripped and manipulated by the corrupt prisoners into my office and make it my problem. I just thought, you don't have any power here. Accept it. Don't you have better things to do than bother me? You're quite frankly the last prisoner I'd want to see. What do you have against me anyway? Don't act like you don't know. Now, do you mind getting out of my office? Go run along and talk to someone for once, or something. I don't know, just don't come in here again and treat my office like the feedback and suggestions room. It's not. Alright, I get it. I'm leaving. I let out a sigh and left the office, moving into the canteen to clean the breakfast tray, pondering what I should spend the morning doing. Maiko was busy on watch duty today, so I didn't have to worry about her. Before I knew it, my legs practically started moving on their own. It had practically become routine to spend my mornings where they were taking me. I found myself once again in the courtyard. It had become something of a habit since the last trial. The bodies had been buried here, so we thought we'd erect small graves for them. Oh, that was a heavy day. Some shallow words were exchanged about how at least now the bodies would help the plants here grow. But we all knew that didn't matter. The plants would have grown regardless. I guess watering the seeds of our grief with sweet honey made it easier to stomach, stunted their growth. Flowers had already been placed on Mint's grave before I got there, messily uprooted pink blossoms, their roots still desperately clutching the dirt which they once belonged to. I kneeled down quietly and added my own small blue forget-me-nots. Mint, I'm so sorry. What did I even have to apologize for? I wasn't sure. I just always felt the need to. That's a lie. I knew deep down what I was apologizing for as I turned away from his grave after a moment of thought. Instead, moving to the less well-maintained grave slightly off to the side. Mint's loss had been felt all throughout the prison. As the courtyard became more overgrown and wild, his absence became more notable. No one could deny something big was taken from us. And yet, once more, I knelt down and placed flowers on Dracul's grave regardless. I had no words as I just sat there by the grave, a lingering guilt swelling in my chest. If I just hadn't stepped outside, he wouldn't have had the opportunity to slip the poison in the mask here. If I just kept a closer eye on Dracul, he was so clingy to me, I could have saved him from his own cowardice. Who am I kidding? What could I have done? He was the one who chose to kill in the first place. He'd have done it eventually if I hadn't stepped out. It was all his choice, so why am I so stuck on the what ifs? Why do I miss him so much? Aw, Shinku. Ugh. I knew I couldn't stay here forever, thinking getting too in my own head wouldn't be good. Besides, the longer I spent here, the stronger the feeling of guilt would be. I paused before leaving, walking over to the pond, looking to my reflection for reassurance.
What am I even doing here?
I asked myself, looking into my own eyes as if I was searching for some sort of reasoning behind them that wasn't inherently selfish.
This is pathetic. I shouldn't be mourning someone who's killed this much. I only knew him for a month.
I don't think that should matter. Alright, here's a hot take. People needs to stop, slamming people for how they feel. It shouldn't fucking matter how long they knew someone. Just because they knew each other for, X amount of time doesn't make their feelings any less. Why invalidate how they feel? Humans are very complex creatures. I hate the mentality. It's kind of toxic. It's kind of a toxic mindset. You don't have to know someone long enough to still grieve, to still feel bad. Because you don't question if someone has positive feelings for someone else, so why question the negatives? That's just my take. Side tangent aside, yeah.
This is just disrespecting Mint's memory. Coming up with excuses, what ifs. All just to lick my own wounds. I'm making it all about me again, aren't I?
Is that so surprising?
Oh god. What? This again. I flicked around to face the figure, but
She's not.
she'd completely disappeared. She wasn't behind me. Where did she go?
Over here!
I flicked around to where that playful, teasing voice was coming from. Only to see her standing on top of the water. How was that even possible?
It's you. Why do you keep doing this? Who Who are you?
The figure just stood and smiled at me, letting out a small giggle.
No. What are you?
It tilted its head for a second before turning around.
Wait! Don't! Come back!
Catch me if you can!
The figure hopped a few floaty steps in the pond before sinking into it, leaving a trail of ripples. And perhaps, without thinking, I dove in after them, finding myself sinking deeper and deeper into their inky black world once more. I just knew I had to catch up with them, and fast. What the hell? Shinku, not again! Alright, let me keep going. Alright, here we go. I approached and saw her sitting on the tree, playfully swinging her legs. As soon as I approached, I became surrounded by similar-looking figures.
Oh! You made it!
What do you want from me?
Me? What do I want? I don't know. You're the one who keeps clinging to me. What do you want?
I want to be left alone, please.
At that, the crowd erupted into a cacophony of giggles.
What's so funny?
So, you want to forget this all? Forget what happened?
Oh boy.
Forget what you did?
I do, yes.
I see. Well, to fully forget a memory, you have to remember it first, don't you?
That's an eerily good point.
That doesn't make sense.
You can't exactly forget something you can't remember in the first place. So, how about we play a game? If you're able to fully remember me, as I properly am, not in this little idealized form you've made, and accept what you've done, I'll completely disappear. I'll let you get on with your life.
How do I remember you?
Well, a memory has three things. A body, to move and act as they please. Eyes, to form their own perspective, independent of yours. And a voice, to say what it thinks.
I see. And how do I get these things?
Well, how about we say our first little encounter counted towards you remembering my body? You certainly looked at it, hanging there, for a long time. What a freak.
Oh,
For
boy.
the others, let's have a little more fun. To get my eyes, let's put yours to the test. Just like old times, Let's play hide and seek. The rules are simple. Find what you seek, and I'll give you those eyes that'll help you find the truth.
I don't suppose I have a choice, but
Right, okay.
Great! Just close your eyes and count to 10.
I closed my eyes, an uneasy feeling in my chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I opened them and
Huh? This is my childhood home. I should start looking.
alright, here we go. I really hope I don't get too stuck on this part. If I do, my bad. I would assume I come up here. A closet filled with lots of practical work clothes my mother owned, and a lot of slightly tacky, oversized t-shirts my dad enjoyed wearing. Okay, let's keep looking. Oh, there's blood up here. It's locked. Maybe I can find a key around here somewhere. I know my mother kept the key somewhere in her office. Okay. This looks like an office. Letters from Akari school. Probably about her behavior. Or maybe her grades. It was always something with Akari. It must have stressed my parents out a lot. Alright, so not... Oh wait, there's actually papers in here too. Let's come in here. It's still here. Oh. A list of deadlines and dates from my publishing agency, alongside an inquiry about my latest project. They'd made a variety of suggestions. I was always quite bad at following them, but my mother would always do the arguing for me. Alright, so that's not it either. Is the office over here? Alright, no, maybe it's up the stairs then. Because none of that looks like that could be... Wait. Is it this? Dad did a lot of journaling. I can't be bothered to read all that, but... What about this? My dad insisted on keeping a personal diary. He said it would be good for me, but most days I just end up forgetting or writing very little since I was so exhausted from work. So I'm trying to look for a key. It said something about the mom's office. Wait, let me go back and reread that, because my memory is horrible. My mother kept a key in her office. Where is his mom's office? This is Shinku's room, I think. Because of, like... Yeah, that's not it. Yeah, that's not it. I don't know where else I'm looking. Hold on. Let me come down here one more time and try looking around. That's not it. Okay. Is a copy of one of my most recent releases. My mother would always proofread the finalized version one last time before publication. I think my dad would read them as well. He'd just have a lot less to say about them. I'm just glad he was supportive. We didn't have a TV until I was a bit older, so we'd often entertain ourselves with a mixture of imagination and old books. I remember when we ran out of books that we could understand, we ended up making a massive fort out of all of them. My mom was so mad. I understand now it was because these were the only books she hadn't sold, and she didn't want them getting damaged. But at the time, it just felt like she was spoiling our fun. I ended up telling Akari all sorts of my own stories in order to keep her entertained instead. I guess that's how it all started, huh? What's this about? Right here. Photo of me, my mother, and my father standing at the gates to Hope's Peak. I'm wearing my uniform. This was when I first got scouted. I remember feeling so nervous. But with how proud and supportive both my parents were of me, that anxiety lessened a little. Alright. I gotta be honest, I don't exactly know. Try the room with the computer. I was in there, but did I not look in the right place? Hold on. The cabinet is locked by a 4-digit code. I know my mom kept all of the important keys in here. If I can get it open, I'd have access to anything locked. Should I try to open it? Oh wait, I don't even know the code. Hold on, can I go back? That didn't seem to be it. Okay. Yeah, I gotta be honest, things like this are just not easy for me. Filing cabinet code, month, and then date. Hint, child's birthday. I should keep this in mind. Is it his birthday? I don't remember when his birthday is, though. When is his birthday again? Oh, God. I'm so bad at this. Hold on. Oh, a picture of my parents. My mom was a journalist, but struggled to make it in the industry until I got a talent. My dad did various labor jobs, but managed to become a full-time house spouse once I got my talent. He spent most of his time after that cooking and taking care of the house and his plants. I'm really glad they're my parents. They're the most supportive people I know. I was very lucky to be born as their child. Okay, not what I was looking for. There's a calendar over here. A list of deadlines and dates. Nope. Is there something I'm missing in this room, maybe? Loads of files filled with accounting records and financial documents. My mother always handled my taxes for me. She made it so I only had to focus on writing and nothing else. I'm really grateful she did all of that for me. Various books rented out from the library, typically about subjects my mother was writing articles about. She was very vigorous with her journalism. No stone would be left unturned. My mother was very meticulous with her investigations. She wanted to make sure she could create the best reports possible. Nestled between them are a few books on parenting. Maybe that's her secret behind why she was such a good mother. And what about this? There's a printer between the books on this shelf. Various ink cartridges are next to it for backup. The printer was only to be used with her permission, although she was never one to say no to me. This shelf was also where she hid small milk candies. It was our little secret. If Akari knew about them, she'd eat them all up. My mom always let me sneak one when I was having a bad day. Alright. It's bad I don't remember. This isn't gonna be fun. Hold on. Can I I can't. No. What about the mirror? Akari spent ages in front of this mirror, usually doing her makeup or hair. She never really had much interest in it. She just dressed up like that to fit in with her friends. At least that's what I always thought anyway.
Kinda sounds like you were a hater.
Small plastic roses on a pretty cluttered nightstand. All sorts of knickknacks litter it. She used to have real roses, but they were replaced as she got tired of cleaning up after their constantly falling petals. Said it was a pain. The plastic ones still have thorns on them, though. The drawer itself is unlocked and filled with a few Polaroids and clothing items. Not all that much, though. I assume she used to keep more in here before the locks got removed. I don't... How am I gonna get that safe unlocked? I know I gotta get it unlocked, but I need to look around. Maybe here? A calendar currently at May. My mother has all of my publishing events and deadlines written down. She was always very organized. But she's made sure the 22nd is completely free from work for me. She always liked making sure, no matter how famous I got, that I got my birthday off. She wanted to make it special. So, May 22nd. Okay. There we go. Alright. I think I'm finally getting there. I'm just a little slow. Please bear with me because this is not my forte, guys. The cabinet is locked by a 4-digit code. I know my mom kept all the important keys in here. If I can get it open, I'd have access to anything locked. Should I try to open it? Yes. So, it would be 0. So, if it's going by month and then date, so it would be 0, 5, and then 22, right? It unlocked. Yep, there we go. Master key obtained. Alright, now do we try to come back up here? I unlocked the closet, opening it up. But what was inside made me take a step back. What the fuck? What the fuck is this? Oh god.
Am I what you seek?
What the fuck is this? I think he's having a nightmare, guys. I think Shinku's not okay. Oh god.
Shinku? What's wrong?
Okay, I need to mentally recover from this. Hold on, let me have a sip of water, guys. Okay. Anyway, I know this isn't really you, Mint, but hi.
Don't you want to see me again?
No, this isn't...
Ah, I see.
The figure took a step closer, its features warping and distorting.
Perhaps this is it.
What the fuck? Oh my god. I don't think I like this, guys.
What's with that look? This is what you want, isn't it?
Easy comforts.
Easy validation. That's what you want back, isn't it? A distraction.
No! I
Or maybe something like this?
Oh god. This doesn't bode very well. I don't like this.
Or maybe it doesn't matter.
It's all the same to you in the end, isn't it? As long as someone believes in you, you don't have to doubt yourself.
You don't have to love yourself. They'll do it for you.
You don't have to think.
He's losing it. He's losing it.
But you know all this, don't you?
This awful part of you tucked deeply away, so you don't have to face it. But you can't change something you don't recognize.
So don't look away.
The creature got closer and closer. Oh, I didn't even get to finish that. Sorry, guys. I'm slow. Oh, this is fun. Oh, God. What the fuck? Eyes obtained. What the fuck? Alright, here we go. Saving.
Shinku? Shinku? Shinku!
Uh-oh. Oh, God.
Shinku, please!
huh?
You're awake. Oh, thank goodness.
Ismini pulled me into a tight hug, holding on to me as if her life depended on it.
Please never worry me like that again. I can't lose you too.
What happened? You don't remember? I paused. A sudden cold overcame me. I realized I was soaking wet. You were passed out in the pond. I was so worried you'd... She took a deep breath, composing herself, wiping her tears away. Sorry. I just got emotional for a second there. It's okay. I'm sorry for worrying you. I'm not really sure what happened. I looked over at the pond. It seemed entirely normal. Ismi looked at me with a concerned expression. I see. Well, don't worry me like that again. I thought I'd lost you just like that, and I couldn't do it again. I couldn't lose you too. I was so scared. For just a moment, I felt so weak. Ismini looked away for a moment before letting out a sigh, snapping back to her usual demeanor. For goodness sake, you really have to be more careful. One of these days you'll give me a heart attack. Sorry. When you didn't show up to the motive announcement, I thought maybe... And then I found you and... Wait, there's a motive announcement? Yes, Mononeko gathered us all in the canteen. We were waiting for you. We should get back before Mononeko does anything drastic. But you're soaking wet. That's fine, I can dry off later. I don't want to be late and get us all punished. Alright, if you insist. But if you get a cold, then don't complain to me. Oh my god, finally a motive. I was getting so bored. We made our way to the canteen together. I didn't know how exactly I was going to explain my clothes being soaked. But right now, my current priority was getting to the motive announcement before others were punished for my absence.
Well, now.
Don't worry, everyone. I found him.
Stinky poo.
Shinku, you're alive! Oh, thank goodness!
Katsuki.
Ah, Kutsuki, there you are. Phew. We were starting to get worried.
Huh?
Whoa, what happened? Are you okay? You're dripping wet. I'll explain later. Did I miss anything? Not yet. Don't you worry, kid.
Wait!
But you sure to keep us waiting. Do you have any idea how many people show up to watch these big group meetings? You've left them all high and dry waiting forever to see what the new motive will be. Ugh. I can practically already see the comments about us padding out the runtime by stalling. Sorry. Well, you're all here now, so we might as well begin. I braced myself. Last time Mononeko had an announcement like this, it was about the hostages. I don't know what I'd do if we had something like that again. You know, things have gotten a little slow on the stream recently, so I was thinking we could really spice it up. Make some good content, change the formula, you know. See, last time was good, but it was the same damn thing every time. Wake up, discuss, and vote in the canteen, free time, and sleep. Do you guys not know how to spice it up? Live a little? How? They were adapting. I personally quite enjoy the structure. Well, to hell with it. I've got something that'll disrupt your day whether you like it or not. I thought we could all come together and play a game. Well, that doesn't sound too bad, especially not compared to last time. Yeah, well, there's obviously gonna be some fucked up evil murder twist or whatever, isn't there? Aw, come on. Give me some credit. I just want you guys to play a game of truth or dare, nothing big. In this situation, I am terrified. So what, we just give each other dares? That's all? I am not too convinced. Every day from now until a murder occurs, an envelope containing a personalized truth and personalized dare for you to complete will be delivered to your cell. If you elect to do your dare, which will be sort of a task chosen just for you, then your truth won't come out. Oh, that's interesting. But if you fail to do your dare, we'll assume you've chosen truth. And what does choosing truth entail? Well, each truth will be some sort of secret you wish to keep hidden. If you choose truth, then that secret will not only be revealed to everyone within the prison, but also publicly posted on social media or platforms you may have. We'll make sure as many people on the outside are exposed to your secret as possible. That's complete bullshit. You're gonna reveal all of our crimes anyway. Why take our reputation further? Not to mention, I don't know what you're gonna do for those of us who don't have any accounts on any of that shit. Don't you worry, everyone has some sort of platform we can post your secrets on. Damn it, my Facebook. Oh, boo. Oh, and don't forget your WeChat. Really convenient direct lines of communication to Tian and Jiayi on there. Thinking about it, how many fans, friends, family, work associates do you lot reckon are checking your socials for any updates about your whereabouts right now? Any post from any of your socials at this stage is sure to cause a stir. This is crazy. What do you even have on us aside from our crimes? Oh, a lot, trust us. But you'll just have to wait and see what your truths are, This is horrible. Yeah, but it could be a lot worse, you know? Like, if one of the dares makes us do something embarrassing or stupid to someone else, I'm sure we can just understand it's for a dare and not hold it against the other person. Right. A lot of this seems set up to stir interpersonal conflict with the secrets being revealed and making us do dares. With communication, we can easily get through this, I'm certain of it. Oh, I ought to mention, if you tell anyone what any of your dares are, you will be severely punished. Great, of course. They also told us we couldn't tie the votes or avoid voting with the hostages. That turned out to be a lie, so... This time we're not bluffing, trust us. You're well past the point of no return. And the only way to stop the game is another murder? Yaha! but that's unrealistic. You're bound to run out of dirt on us eventually. Surely. Oh, you'd be surprised! But even so, we'll start with the lighter stuff first. Little embarrassing middle school stories, stupid things you've done. Then we'll ramp it up and escalate the severity of your truths and dares with each new day. Okay, I think I kind of like that. Yes, this is fucked up, but if it's starting off with like silly little things, it leaves time for more build-up. I kind of like that. Like frogs sitting in slowly boiling water? At least the first few days won't be too bad. Either way, the game won't officially kick off until tomorrow morning when I deliver the first envelopes, so enjoy your peace while it lasts. I've got some bits and bobs to prepare, so if there's no more questions, I'll be heading off. I have something I'd like to ask. Really? Don't you want to get this over with so you can dry off? You look like a sad, wet cat right now. More so than usual, says the cat. We know Amelia exists now. She's made her presence more than clear. Why isn't she the one giving this announcement? 'Cause she's meant to keep interactions with you to a minimum, got it? Just 'cause her office is unlocked now doesn't mean you can just wander into it whenever willy-nilly for a friendly chat. The motives are my job, and I'm not gonna let myself be replaced. I'm too iconic! Right. It just seemed strange to me they'd waste resources operating Mononeko when they could just have Amelia do all these announcements without the extra power expenditure. But I doubted I would get any satisfying answers even if I pressed further. Well, if that's all you had to ask, then I'll be off. Good luck with the game! I can't wait to see what you all pick! Yeah! The cat scampered through the vents once more before leaving us with the knowledge of the impending motive. We all stood in silence for a moment. It was clear we were all trying to think of some sort of game plan here, but no one was stepping up to voice their thoughts. Until the usual suspect took the prerogative. I suggest we do morning debriefs. Again? Like how we all met here during the hostage motive to vote? Precisely, but we'll only start doing them after truths come out. We may not be able to discuss dares, but I believe the cat expects us to discuss truths after they get revealed. And I'm assuming there will be multiple of us who will elect to not do our dares if they reach a certain level of severity. It's inevitable certain truths will come out, and I do not wish for that to divide us. And how the hell are morning debriefs gonna help us here? As far as I'm concerned, it just gets us all rallied in the same place for everyone else to dogpile them for whatever secret comes out. Then we'll be reasonable and try not to let that happen. I want the debriefs to act as a place where we can discuss anything unsavory that might come out about ourselves as a group and clear up misconceptions before they cause conflict. It sounds reasonable in theory, but I'm not entirely sure how effective it'll be in practice. I'm not against it, but I don't think we should assume everyone here is equally open to rational discussion or able to be reasonable with people's individual circumstances. And some secrets might just be that bad that they caused conflict regardless. Yeah, not to mention some of us don't exactly, want to get all talky about that stuff. Well, it's better to have something in place than to let conflict build. I think it's a great idea. It's also a way to do a roundup in the morning to make sure everyone is still A-okay. Yeah, at least it helps with that. Means people aren't just cooped up in their cells all day. Can we make them a little later, though? I'm really struggling to get up early these days. Well, there's no way we're having food at the meetings this time, considering, we still don't know who Suicide Pact Steven is, and I'm not willing to risk it. So there's no reason we have to have it at breakfast time. How about 11 a.m. then? That late enough? I guess that works for me. Alright, 11 a.m. meetings here starting Thursday when the first set of secrets get revealed. Is that settled? Everyone seemed to agree to that. I wasn't sure how much the meetings were going to help, but at least it was good to have something in place. Now that's sorted. Is everything okay, Shinku? Where were you? I found him in the pond in the courtyard. I thought he'd drowned. Were you attacked? No, nothing like that. Then what was it? That's so strange. I wasn't quite sure how to explain it. I didn't want to come off as suspicious, but I didn't want to worry anyone by disclosing the truth. I still wasn't entirely sure what that was all about. Well, I'm not entirely sure. His dumbass probably just fell in the pond and didn't know how to swim. Hey, come on. There's no need to be ashamed, Shinku. I never learned how to swim either. Oh, that might be bad for you to be saying right now. Oh, Taka, no. I think I just fainted while I was walking on the bridge and fell into the water. It's good as Mini found me when she did. Right. If you're having fainting spells, Kutsuki, we could always try to find you some iron tablets. No. Don't worry. It's quite alright. I'll be all okay. Okay. Just be safe, alright? I don't want anything bad happening to you. Maybe take it easy for the rest of today. Yeah, I think I'm just going to dry off and lay down for a bit. I don't want to get sick or anything. Take it easy, kid. And if you do fall ill, I've got some old Wang family recipes that might be able to help you. Oh my god. If, they let me out of my cell to make them. Right, we need to get you back in there. Come on, Wang. Once again, kid, you can... I'm not calling you uncle. Unk status. Shut up. I need to stop talking. I shouldn't be laughing at my own jokes. I'm so sorry, guys. I followed after Takiko and Fu as they left, returning to my cell to put on some fresh clothes. I hope one of Zeke's dares is to make out- wait, what? What? I didn't even get a chance to finish reading that. Dang it. I spent a while resting, bracing myself for how busy tomorrow would be. But after a while, I felt myself becoming restless and wanting something to do. Maybe I should have a look around and see if there's anyone to talk to or anyone who needs a favor done. I just knew I needed to do something to get my mind off of tomorrow. Alright. Real quick, I'm gonna save again. There we go. Let's see. I kind of want to spend time with Maiko. I just think she's silly, guys. Maiko, it's good to see you. Was your shift this morning okay? Are you doing alright? About as well as I can be doing considering the, motive. It's pretty scary, huh? We'll find a way to get through it as a group, I promise you. I'm just trying not to think too hard about it, honestly. Dwelling on something I can't stop from happening isn't going to do me any good. So, I've decided. Alora said that I needed to engage in more group activities if I wanted to feel better, but I don't really get invited to a whole lot of them. So I've decided I'm going to host one myself. Oh? It's probably not entirely appropriate, but all this talk about truth or dare, it's got me thinking about sleepovers, you know? I get the impression everything is gonna spiral into being pretty serious again sooner or later. So I want to give everyone one last chance to just have fun and relax before that. That's why I want to host a sleepover for the girls. I think it would be fun. No boys allowed? Well, I kinda was hoping you could come. You're sort of one of the girls. Shinku's one of the girls, guys. It's okay. It's the girls and Shinku. Plus, you're kind of like the only person I'm really close to right now, and I want you around in case no one else talks to me. Oh my god, Michael. You're so pathetic. I love you. I'm sure the others don't mind. Have they already all agreed to come? Alora said she talked to them all about it. She thinks it would be good for all of us. Huh, that's really nice of her, actually. There's only really one teeny tiny problem. I kinda really super duper ultra mega messed things up. Whatever it is, we can figure it out, alright? I'm sure you're making it a bigger deal than it is. Really? I really don't want to be a bother. You're already doing so much for me. I'm worried you're going to get sick of me soon, Shinku. Hey, see it as me doing something to prove I'm one of the girls. It might make the others okay with me being invited. Well, when you put it like that, the issue is, I got ahead of myself again and told everyone I'd host it in my cell since, it being stripped means it has a lot of free space for sleeping bags and stuff. But I kinda, sorta, maybe haven't ever, cleaned my cell ever. Oh my god. Please don't judge me, I know it's gross. I just got so swept up with things and then it all started, piling up and there was just more and more garbage. They left it all even after they stripped my cell. And at that point, I didn't really see a reason to clean it up since I thought... Just before I knew it, it had become this whole big thing I dreaded doing, and I felt so bad about it, because if I could have just got the motivation to do it earlier, it wouldn't have gotten nearly this bad. Okay, I gotta level with you guys. I've had this same problem as Maiko when I was like in high school and middle school. Cleaning was such a hassle, and I could just never do it right. It took me years to figure out how to properly clean, and even now I still have like some organizational struggles, so I understand this. And now, every time I think about it, I just think about how much of a failure I am. I'm sorry. Please don't tell anyone, it's really embarrassing. Hey, it's okay. I'll sort it all out for you, alright? Really? You honestly don't have to. It's a massive job. I wouldn't want to put that burden on you. It'll be good for you in the long run to have a cleaner cell, not just for the sleepover. So I'm happy to do it. If you're sure, just please, please, please try not to judge me for how messy it is. It's really bad, I know. It'll be alright. I'll let you know when I'm done, alright? Okay, please do, because if it stays messy, I think I should cancel the sleepover for everyone's sake. I was sort of dreading what Maiko's cell would be like, but I didn't want to let that show. I didn't want to make her feel ashamed. I should probably try to at least make some effort to clean it up if I want that sleepover to happen. Can I do that now? Wait, which one of these is her room again? Hold on, let me look. I don't remember. That's Taka's. Alright, I think hers is over here. That's Asuga's. Oh yeah, it's in here. Let me tidy this up. Okay. Alright. I'm helping her out. Okay. I think I'm almost done. There! That's a lot neater. No more rubbish. I should report back to Maiko. I kind of want to see the sleepover happen, guys. I want to see Shinko being one of the girls. Hey Mai, it's not a lot, but I made things look a bit nicer in your cell. It should be good for the sleepover now. Huh? Wait, you actually... Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Shinku! You have no idea how much this means to me! Hey, it's really no big deal. Sure, it was way more effort than I initially thought it was going to be, but I don't want to make her feel bad over that. Mood. I just hope this will make things better for her in the future. I really don't know how I can repay for this. Just have fun at the sleepover. That's all I can ask of you. You're way too nice to me, Shinku. If you keep being this kind to me, I'm going to start getting used to it. Oh, you really are the best. I wouldn't go that far. You're my friend. I do it for any of my friends. Still, thank you. I really don't think I deserve all of this, but... Oh, right! I've still got everything ready for tonight. Alright, okay, let me grab the sleeping bags. I'll see you there tonight, okay? Really? Of course, you're officially one of the girls now. I don't know if the others are gonna see it like that. Well, I want you there. Okay, I'll come. Thank you so much, Shinku. Oh, I'm just so excited I'm gonna burst. This is gonna be awesome sauce. I couldn't help but smile at her excitement. Real. It had been a long time since I'd seen Maiko this happy. Even if cleaning her room was a tricky experience, seeing hope in her eyes for the first time in weeks made it all worth it. Everyone had come together to make Maiko's cell comfortable enough for the sleepover, bringing sheets, pillows, beanbags, and all sorts. It was really nice to see everyone pitching in to make this nice despite their own reservations. I suppose part of it was Dr. Alinius' intervention when it came to Maiko since her attempt, especially with the policy around not discussing her crime. There was far less opposition to me joining the girls' sleepover than I would have anticipated. Admittedly, I'd always been curious about what went on in them. Akari constantly seemed to beg my mother to have them, so I always assumed it was where the juiciest gossip was spread, or something. I'd have my answer sooner than I anticipated, when I somehow agreed to what was soon to ensue that night. Hey, thumbnail art!
So what is this stuff?
Okay, I need to take a moment to appreciate this.
Concealer. It helps hide your blemishes and cover up the dark spots.
Ah, I see. Just one small question. Did the foundation not already do that?
Honestly, I don't understand much about makeup either, so I would be asking the same questions.
Oh, Shinku.
Don't tell him he's still got contour, highlighter, and setting powder left before you even start on his eyes. He'll have a conniption.
That's a lot of steps. Ow! Stop that!
Suck it up. Your cuticles are practically overtaking your nails. When was the last time you pushed these back, my dear?
I thought you were just going to be painting them.
I thought you'd be better at holding still.
Sorry, I just didn't expect you to whip out ancient instruments of torture to do my nails.
Guys can be so dramatic, can't they?
To be fair to him, some of that nail stuff hurts. Yikes! I do not miss it.
But it's gonna be worth it. He's going to look so cute by the end of this.
Right.
Yeah, he's gonna look like a pretty princess, guys.
With Chatelle's hairstyling, I'm not too sure.
Nah, trust in the process. It's gonna look great. Anyone got any hairspray?
I thought you were just tying it!
Dude, it's Bump City up in here. Gotta smooth it out somehow.
What have I got myself into?
They're making you a pretty princess, Shinku.
I'm surprised you're so unfamiliar with all of this. Don't you have a sister, Kutsuki?
Well, I guess we weren't really all that close to the point she was getting into all of this makeup stuff.
Really? She didn't ask you to help with anything?
Probably not, because he doesn't have experience.
I think if she did, I would have been pretty hopeless at it.
Yeah.
Hold still, Shinku. I'm just going to put the blush on now. Is this pink okay?
Do I get a choice?
If you ask me, his cheeks are pink enough already.
Oh, you stop that! You're the worst!
At least he's getting it a go. I doubt any of the other guys would be half as well.
I don't know. Taka's probably used to it for stage makeup and shit.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think he'd probably enjoy the attention a bit too much. If he got invited, we wouldn't hear the end of it for weeks.
Hey, come on now. Be nice to him. He just gets enthusiastic about this sort of thing.
I know. I just don't want him getting on the nerves of the other guys, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Besides, I kind of wish we did more girl stuff like this. It's more relaxing when it's just us.
No, Torino has a point. Considering his last makeup artist helped send him in here, I'm not exactly jumping to give him a makeover.
I'm certain he'd be more reasonable about it than you give him credit for.
Well, I'd much rather give him a makeover than Ezekiel. That would be a nightmare.
Yeah, that probably would be worse. The worst you'll get out of Taka is probably just brain rot. That's it.
Stop! I'd pay to see that!
I'd pay to have him take a shower at this point. I think I'd pay to see him
No, Maiko! Abort!
Maiko.
Maiko, what the fuck?
Hello? Christ.
Ismini, you and I share the same expression right now. What the fuck was that?
We really don't have to share all of our thoughts.
I'm sorry.
sorry. I'm sorry. I can't help myself.
This is awkward as hell.
You guys don't think I'm weird, right? Everyone thinks about it sometimes, right?
I mean, that comment was a little weird, but I don't think you as a... Actually, I don't know. I don't know. I'm shutting my mouth, guys.
Guys? Everyone thinks about guys they find attractive in the shower, right? Right? That's normal, isn't it?
Well, yes, thinking it is normal. Actually saying it out loud is another thing.
I'm not judging, but...
This is bad. I don't want Maiko to feel weird or bad when we were just starting to make progress on having her talk to the others again. I had to do something.
I do it. It's normal. Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Stop, don't laugh. Taki, hold me back. Stop, I can't laugh. And don't look at me like that. You're gonna make me laugh. Stop it. See? It's totally normal.
Oh, of course you think about guys in the shower.
That's...
I hadn't exactly realized the implications until it was too late.
This isn't exactly old news. I'm not sure why everyone's so shocked.
Laura's like, yeah, we've been knowing this, guys.
Well, I didn't expect him to be so openly enthusiastic about it. Regardless, it's his life. As long as he's not hurting anyone, he can like whoever he wishes to like. I would, however, perhaps not fantasize about people you personally know in the shop.
So, Mako, that contour thing. Let's do that.
Oh, he's just done embarrassing himself. We continued chatting and hanging out late into the night. By the end of it, I felt like I had several layers of stuff on my face and at least 6 separate knots in my hair. But seeing everyone so happy and relaxed, even when knowing what was to come in the morning, that made it all worth it. I didn't mind being seen as weird or enduring a bit of embarrassment if it meant someone else wouldn't feel entirely alone or isolated. I just hoped I wasn't repeating the same mistakes I made with you. I just hoped if I did everything differently this time, I wouldn't lose anyone like I lost you. I think Asmini was right. Going to the motive announcement like I did definitely wasn't a good idea. My head was burning up a little bit. It was making it hard to sleep. Well, that and the fear of the impending motive. Which is why in the middle of the night, I made my way over to the infirmary, trying to find some sort of medicine. After taking a few things I thought might help, I made my way back. But as I did, I saw a vaguely familiar figure mopping the floors.
Hold on!
Oh! Is that who I think it is? Is it the janitor? It's you. Oh, Jesus. Oh, it's you. What's with you and wandering around about at this hour? Do you never sleep? Sorry, I didn't mean to. If you're gonna run into me, could you do it in the common room? At least there it's close to your cell. Carrying you back there from here is gonna be a pain. You could really stand to lose a few pounds. Hey, give me a break. Well, sorry about this, kid, but... Wait, hey, don't knock me out, hold on. Warden's orders, can't do much about it. Mononeko told us about you. You're an ultimate too, aren't you? Was that not obvious? Well, don't compare me to that talentless warden brat. She's just like the rest of the fools in that stupid movement. Just unskilled nobodies who are jealous others have got it good. This seems to be a touchy subject for him. If I can get him to talk about his talent, I could get some more information. Out of curiosity, what is your talent? I'm the ultimate investor. Huh. So you deal with stocks and things like that? Absolutely. I was the best in the business if you couldn't tell already. If it wasn't for that wretched salesman pushing certain products of stocks I dropped just to spite me, I'd have a perfect record. Well, if you ignore my crime as well, but quite frankly, it wasn't really a crime. They all chose to invest. It's their fault that they lost their money. Wait, you know your crime? Mononeko told us you were meant to be a participant, but I didn't know you were aware of the specifics. Well, yes, that brat reminds me of it constantly. Whenever I mess up, she suddenly starts pulling out all the statistics. So, what is it? Why the hell do you want to know? Well, if you don't think it's that bad, then maybe you're right. Of course I'm right. Every ultimate has a few skeletons in their closet. It's just what you have to do to get big. People always knew they did. They're just acting like they care now because it gives them an excuse to put on this whole thing and still feel like they're morally right. All I did was tell people to invest in Hope's Peak stocks. I just did my job. That's hardly a crime, is it? Sure, I might have known the stock was going down in value due to those ridiculous protests, but how is it my fault people followed my advice and lost money? If they were so poor it sent them into debt, they shouldn't have been investing in the first place. Interesting. Hope's Peak told me to tell people to invest. And who am I to say no to them? They so graciously gave me my title after I bought out a good portion of their stocks. It was just a show of good faith, no? Wait, you got the title of Ultimate Investor by investing in Hope's Peak? Well, yes, but I'm an ultimate, that's what counts. I don't think it should matter how I got my title. It's a shame they couldn't include this guy in the game. He'd really have proven their point about ultimates quicker than any of the rest of us could. Well, if that's what you think. Come on, I'm not the bad guy here. Us ultimates need to stick together. It doesn't matter how we got our title, or what we do with it, or what we've done. That movement wants us all gone. And without ultimates to guide society, where would it be? Who would be advancing fields? Who would people look up to? What reason would people have to try to succeed if there's no goal to reach for? Like it or not, ultimates drive society. The world became disillusioned with politics, disillusioned with democracy. Everyone started to feel they had no impact. But we're what drives the public, Shinku. We're the middlemen. We're more touchable than your average politician. We're people just like them, who just so happen to make it great. As long as the public thinks they can be an ultimate, people will keep moving in society. People will keep trying to reach it. People will think, if I just work hard enough, then I'll be recognized, then I can make proper change. What do you think would happen if there were no ultimates? If there was no hope in ever reaching the top? If everyone thought they'd be stuck with no chance of climbing the class ladder? No one would try. What would be the point in living if you thought you'd be stuck working the same boring, low-paying, uninspired minimum wage job your whole life? To make art, memories, connections, things you care about and love? Don't make me laugh. Society doesn't care about that unless you can market it, sell it, make something of it. Until then, it's just wasting time. It's pointless. That's an interesting perspective. I don't agree with it, but to each their own. Landlords, governments, and rent payments don't care how many meaningful memories you have. They care about what you can give to society. Ultimates provide a point to pursuing those things. They make you feel like one day, if you just stick with it, you could make something of it. You could be noticed and become someone notable. Who cares if they won't ever actually get there? As long as people have the illusion they can, they'll be happy. Life will at least be bearable. But that's not... Think about it, Kutsuki. Don't fall for their shallow arguments. We, special people, are what keeps society together. Until you realize that, you have no hope of getting out of here alive. Before I could argue back, I felt the mop being swept under my feet once more, knocking me down to the floor. So watch what you say. And it all went black once again. Oh boy. I'd say he deserves to be in this game, but I don't want to... What? Damn, that was too fast. I woke up feeling groggy, the morning dawning on me before I realized. What happened last night? I looked at my bedside table. Same old painkillers and water as last time. At least he's taking care of me afterwards. I let out a sigh, reaching to put the ice pack he'd placed on my head on the bedside table before I saw a small envelope. It was labeled Day 1. That must be for the motive. I hesitantly picked up the envelope and slipped out of my bed, making my way to my desk to open it. I slit open the top and took a pause, slipping out the paper. There were 2 subtitles on it, Truth and Dare. I guess I had to either choose to do the dare provided or have the truth listed be revealed tomorrow. Alright, let's see. Truth or dare, day 1.
Let's see. What's the truth? For many years now, when you feel lonely, you have written fiction where you insert yourself into a romantic relationship with your favorite idol, Yui Apina.
Okay, that is embarrassing.
Oh my god, how do they know about that? It was only a few times, I swear! Come on, that was private, and I was 14! How did they find it? Oh god. It was because of that being sold to Yui Apina and forced to go on tour with her one shot I posted on my alt, wasn't it?
I can't believe this! Shinka!
Okay. I can't let anyone find out about that. God knows what Ezekiel would do with that information. Let's see what the dare is. Present Prisoner 03 with fiction including you and him having a romantic relationship. Prisoner 03. Who is that again? 01 is me, 02 is Lyra, 03 is... Oh. That's Ezekiel.
Oh my god! They're just trying to back this man into a corner with the fanfic! Alright, so my options here were to risk Ezekiel murdering me by giving him something like that, or social suicide from everyone finding out about what I used to write about Yui. Great. This was just great. But putting that aside, what sort of stupid motive was this? Sure, it was embarrassing, but no one would seriously kill over this. This had to be a joke. Compared to the hostages, this felt like nothing. I could only help but wonder if we were being lulled into a false sense of security. Modern Echo did say it would get worse as the days progressed, so... I couldn't worry about that right now. I needed to worry about my current situation. As I was assessing if it was better to suck it up and take the scrutiny my truth being outed would bring, or embarrass myself by presenting something like that to Ezekiel and risk straining our relationship further, a realization dawned on me. Wait, Ezekiel is kind of stupid. If I just make it subtext, then he won't notice anything wrong with it. I can just write it as an autobiography of the events here to sell when we get out. Still, that's taking a risk. I don't know how far I could go before he'd start reading into it. I mean, even if he did, he'd probably realize it was just a dare, but he'd hold anything against me at this point. But if I was able to get someone who knew Ezekiel quite well to help me write it, maybe I could escape today without my secret outed and with having repaired things with Ezekiel a little. But there was only one person I knew who could help me. It took a little bit of convincing and a promise that I'd help her with her dare in return. But eventually... Oh god. Lyra!
I suppose it's only natural you'd want my expert opinion.
Lyra had eventually agreed to help me write it in a way that wouldn't set Zeke off, and had made herself very comfortable in my room.
Hey! I didn't tell you that you could go on my bed!
Oh, shut up. Don't be a wuss. I took off my shoes. We're good. But honestly, Shinku, I'm surprised. You know, I thought if anyone could write a passionate and steamy story between two men, it would be you.
Lyra, that's so blunt.
I don't want it to be passionate or steamy.
Oh, you're looking for more of a cute kissy hold hand fluff slop sort of deal then?
This is wild.
I'm looking for something that Zeke won't immediately register as weird.
Guess we can scrap whatever you were planning initially then. God knows what your fucked up little mind considers normal.
Oh my god, you're impossible.
Lyra had been so attached to Zeke this past month that I'd barely gotten to spend any time with her. I'd forgotten what she was like.
Can't we just get this over with, please?
Okay, don't get your panties in a twist. I'm here to help. If you want to go about this without setting off Zeke's gaydar or whatever, it's probably easiest to just write something hyping him up. lot of, wow, Zeke, I wish I could be like you. Take it from an admiration angle and he'll just think you've become a fanboy or whatever.
That's a good take, I think.
And he won't find that weird?
Dude, any way you go about this he'll find weird. It's just about doing preemptive damage control at that point.
Yeah, true.
Honestly, even if he'll give you shit for it, I think he'd actually appreciate something gassing him up at this point. Especially if it's the sorta, I really look up to you deal.
Well, that's not all that surprising.
Yeah, after Mint, I think. I don't know, something changed. He doesn't show it a lot, but I don't think he believes a lot of the stuff he says about himself anymore.
Interesting.
Probably doesn't help that Iz keeps on insisting that he's gonna ruin me or whatever, or get me killed. Like, okay, it's literally not your business. Like, why are you so obsessed with me? Do you have a crush?
This is giving off Mean Girls.
I think she's just concerned.
Yeah, like, whatever. I know she's your friend, but I don't know. I think she should lay off Zeke a bit. I mean, she wasn't the only person who lost someone, and I wish she'd think about that. It's whatever. I guess he's going to get you killed as a fun change of pace from the usual. That foul and evil temptress is going to ruin his life!
I think it's a bit of both, honestly.
I mean, try to see things from her perspective. You've barely been around since your verdict. You spend most of your time with Ezekiel. It's hard to get a one-on-one moment with you. And you know what happened to the last person who did that.
Oh my god, don't even start. Jesus Christ.
I'm just concerned.
No, you're not. You're just shifting the blame for Mint's death onto Zeke when it was Dracul's fault. That's what's going on here.
Yeah, that's definitely a point.
Isn't it?
She seemed to pause for a moment, letting out a sigh.
Sorry, that was uncalled for. I know you cared about Dracul, If you are genuinely concerned, really, don't be. I'm all good. This is the best outcome I could have asked for.
Really? But you got...
Corrupt. Exactly what I am. There's not all that much to say, I don't think.
By such a slim margin, though.
For someone who's so certain you're corrupt, you don't seem to feel particularly guilty.
I mean, it's just the way I am. I know it's bad, yeah, but I'm not gonna beat myself up for something that's just a part of me. For like, as long as I can remember, I've always been shitty, you know? Getting into trouble at school, using people, leaving when things got tough. It gets to a point where you can't really go back, especially if it's the way you've always been.
Interesting.
If I wanted to be forgiven, if I wanted to be actually worthy of redemption, I'd probably have to change myself to a point where I wouldn't even be myself anymore. And at that stage, what's the point?
I don't think you'd have to change that much.
Nah, let's be realistic here. If I'd managed to get worthy, it would have been because people found me hot or whatever. That's why it was so close, wasn't it?
Even she thinks that!
And I guess I can't really fault them for that. I've gotten way too comfortable with using my looks to get me out of tricky shit. What goes around comes around. I shouldn't be disappointed.
But you are, aren't you?
I dug myself this hole. I can't complain too much. I used to try really fucking hard to be valued for something else. I'd try to be one of the boys, joke that if a girl was emotional, she was probably just on her period, join in with rating chicks. God, you don't even want to know.
Okay. That's pick-me girl energy.
I figured that way they'd take me seriously or whatever. I used to be so fucking dramatic. Wanting my opinions listened to, wanting to be recognized for my debating. Yet, even after degrading myself like that, I'd always fall back on my looks to be valued. I guess it was just easier. Then I'd beat myself over it afterwards. God, I was pathetic. And considering I'm Little Miss Sellout, there probably wasn't all that much worth listening for to begin with.
Still, there must have been something behind it if Hope's Peak saw you as a big enough asset to the movement that they had to shut you up.
You think? Well, I don't really care that much now. It's whatever. In the end, I'd take having my flaws looked past because I'm hot over just having people voting me worthy to go against my wishes any day.
Really? wouldn't that just be punishing you in its own way? If they feel the need to punish you, they probably see you as corrupt. Isn't that what you want?
It's different. It's about agency when it gets to that point.
Agency.
I really don't like having my agency taken away, but it just keeps happening. So I should probably just suck it up and get used to it.
I really don't think.
Anyway, we ought to get back to writing that thing, huh? Phew, sorry, got off track for a second there. Alright, let's focus and get this thing done.
Lyra and I spent some time writing the short story. We eventually settled on framing it as an autobiography of the events of the prison I was working on. I figured if I just embellished one of the conversations I'd had with Zeke with some homoerotic subtext, he wouldn't pick up on it. Or at least would be too focused on my character talking about how big his muscles were to think too hard about the rest of it. Really, Shinku, I think you've got your next big hit on your hands here. I really hope I can find some way to get rid of this after we're done with today. No, seriously, I think this needs to be published. The public needs to see this. Shut up. I didn't even want to write it in the first place. Hey, come on. It could be a lot worse. At least we made something that isn't gonna set Zeke off. I'll take that as a win. Yeah, thanks for helping. I really do appreciate it, even if your suggestions were interesting sometimes. Still think we should have kept you calling him Big Z? I don't. I really don't. I think it would have added a lot. Hey, I know I can be impatient with you, but I do enjoy hanging out with you sometimes. We really should talk more. I don't want you feeling like Ezekiel is your only option. Oh, come on, man. I just made your life a living hell for the last half an hour and you're asking for more? I mean, I know you're a masochist. You're friends with Ismini, but I didn't think it was that bad. Seriously. I don't know, man. I just think it's better this way. For everyone, Zeke gets someone to look out for him after Mint, and no one else has to really deal with him or me. Even if I have my own personal grievances with both of you, I think we should really try to come together more. That's all. I guess I've just been thinking about what Dracul said before he died. Caring about someone is never a waste. Do you think he genuinely believed that? I hope he did. I think he's right. I'd like to think, even if things don't work out with someone you care about, you can still take something good from the memories you had. I don't know. I feel like caring about me is a bit of a waste, especially with how quick I am to throw people away. Ugh, I hate it. I hate how much I'm dwelling on it. I hate how close I was to Worthy. It's just sort of got me thinking. I can barely remember certain people's names or faces anymore. It's so blurry. But I can't help but wonder if they've been able to just forget me and move on. I'm sure they couldn't forget someone like you, Lyra. I wouldn't worry about it. You make quite the impression. I don't really, want to be remembered, though. That's the issue. I just wish they were able to move on with their stupid lives and act like it was no big deal. I just wish they felt like they just used me like I used them. It's easier to think of things that way. When it feels more transactional, you don't let yourself get hurt. You really do think you're a horrible person, don't you? I mean, I am, aren't I? I'm not like Satan or anything, but I just use people carelessly and throw them away when I get bored or scared. It's what I do. I didn't even really know how to get out of it until I took the deal with Hope's Peak. It just felt like a cycle I couldn't escape from. I guess that's why I took the deal. I was just tired at that stage. I really am just a selfish person, but maybe that's okay. It's easier to be a bad person. It makes you feel more control. It makes you feel more in control. If I was the one hurting and using others, they couldn't hurt me, could they? If I left, they couldn't leave me first. Pretty sweet deal, huh? I'm happy being this way. It's easier than having to try and go through shitloads of personal growth in a situation as bad as this. I know people want me to get better, but if I'm not around them a lot, it doesn't really affect them at all. So I don't know why it matters. I'll do my thing, they do theirs. Well, I know you don't want to hear it, but putting everything aside, I don't think you're quite as horrible as you make yourself out to be. I think you're flawed, obviously, but we're all criminals. It would be hypocritical to not give you a chance. We still don't know half of everyone's crimes. For all you know, there could be someone much worse than you. Besides, you were the closest to Worthy out of all the other prisoners voted corrupt. You were only a few votes off of Worthy. Yeah, I know that. Don't you worry. All things considered, I'm doing a lot better than the others. I'm not really looking to improve or whatever. I mean, I'm glad Taka has had some big realization, even if it does just so happen to be right after he's starting to talk to Asuga again, but you know. But I don't really see a killing game as a prime setting for major self-improvement, you know? Like, I don't want to put any more stress on myself here. Besides, just because I think of myself as a bad person doesn't mean I'm unhappy, you feel me? I don't really get it. I just hope you know you don't have to isolate yourself like this. Well, if that's what you want to think, I just don't want you getting hurt because of me, you know? And you don't just use people. I mean, you did agree to help me with this. Right, that reminds me. You said you'd help me with something if I helped with this. Still happy to return the favor? Right. I guess she wasn't exactly just helping out of the goodness of her heart. Of course, as long as it isn't anything too tough. Nah, I just need you to stand still for a sec. Alright. Sorry about this. Lyra quickly grabbed my tie, pulling me forward, and before I knew it... Okay then. Was not expecting that. Awkward. I really don't know what I was expecting. But in an instant, her lips were on mine. I was a little stunned, all things considered. It was my first time kissing a girl. I didn't hate it by any means. I was just more confused than anything. Despite the fact she was the one who kissed me and the one leading it, there was something odd about her own demeanor. When I looked at her, eyes closed as if she couldn't face what she was doing, she looked so small. But she pulled away almost as quickly as she pulled me in. She let go of my tie and turned around, stretching up her arms. Phew, thanks for that, man. Sorry about that, once again. Wow, I'm flattered, Good luck with giving Zeke the goods, babes. I'll catch you later, you've got this. Lyra. Okay, bye. She winked at me before quickly walking out of my cell, leaving me in stunned silence. I'd be stunned too if a girl just pulled me in like that. Or anyone for that matter. Lyra, wait. What was that? I wasn't too sure. I was certain it was probably something for the dares, but on the off chance that it wasn't, there's no way. That would be far too sudden. Besides, I wouldn't even know how to start feeling about that. Only Lyra Chattel could come up to my cell to help me write what was effectively a love letter to her boyfriend, end up dumping the most diabolical information on herself, and on top of it all by kissing me and leaving. I couldn't get a read on her even if I tried. Her lax attitude to everything, including her crime, made me question if there even was any thought behind any of her actions, or if she was just going with the flow. Maybe it wasn't worth thinking about at all, but still, no matter how I looked at it, after seeing how small she looked, there was a small part of me who just wanted to keep her close and put down those walls. There was a small part of me who wanted to see her do better, to think about being a better person. A truly bad person wouldn't have seemed that fragile in that moment. I should stop thinking about it. There's probably not that much to it. I'm just overthinking it. I should just get things over with and deliver this to Ezekiel. I sighed and picked up the manuscript I'd written. I should try to find Ezekiel. Alright, I think this is where I'm gonna have to wrap it up, guys, because I do have to work very early in the morning. I am going to save it. And I'm gonna go back to the title screen. Alright. So far it's been pretty good. As for when I will be picking this back up, I will say I think Wednesday is the earliest I could play it again. As I wouldn't have to worry with like work interfering with it too much. And I don't want to exhaust myself. So I think Wednesday is when I will be continuing chapter 2. I will try my best to avoid the spoilers because I just know people are just freaking out. I just have that feeling. I've been enjoying this so far though. Gay fanfiction to be continued. Yeah. I will make sure that I continue from that point later. But, the motive's very interesting. Truth or dare? Huh. Very interesting indeed. I'm curious because I heard this chapter is supposed to be very long, or more specifically, just daily life itself. It's gonna be very long. So I'm just super curious what direction it's gonna take. And I'm really enjoying this chapter so far. Shout out to the Antebellum Lockdown team, especially Ripple. They're awesome. And I don't really think I have anything else to say as of now, but to everyone that stopped by to watch the stream, even if you're just kind of like lurking, not really talking, any person that comes by, it's just appreciated. It is just supposed to be like a chill little environment where I'm just occasionally throwing out awkward shit. But I don't really have much else to say. I'm just kind of rambling and being silly. So, I will wrap up now. Thank you all again, and I will catch you all on Wednesday. Bye!